Sebastian is officially becoming a recognized household name across the world thanks to his role as the Scarlet Speedster in CW's The Flash. And since we have had the wonderful pleasure of knowing this awesome and talented guy since way back in the day, we thought, hey, why not break down 7 things you all might not know about him? Starting off with how we were first introduced to Grant, which means we are taking it way back to his days playing the bad boy we all loved on Fox's hit show Glee. We'll never forget Grant as the leader of the Warblers of Dalton Academy, Sebastian Smythe. But don't get it twisted, guys. Grant is nothing like the former resident bad boy.
I'm not like Sebastian. Seeing that stuff, I was like, oh, people hate me. But I reminded myself, I was like, that's good. I mean, because he's a mean dude and he's supposed to be hated, and I guess that means I'm doing something right.
He definitely was doing something right. About the role was showed off Grant's amazing singing and dancing abilities. He explained that he'd actually originally auditioned for another role, but he didn't get it. But the powers that be at Glee loved him and brought him back to audition for Sebastian, and you guys know the rest is history. And if you somehow lived under a rock and missed Grant on Glee, you may have got a glimpse of him on an episode of CSI Miami, or even more likely, his recurring role on 90210. All right, moving on. So Grant might be quick on his feet as the Flash, but his fancy footwork started long before he broke out the red spandex. At age 8, his mom enrolled him in tap dancing classes, and by 10, he had dropped out of all organized sports to focus on dance.
As a 10-year-old boy, I was traveling around in an all-boy Elvis tap group. That's a real thing.
And hey, it paid off, because by the time he was in college at Elon University, his tap skills were off the chart. Like I said, Grant initially auditioned for Glee to play another role. It was a tap dancer, and he believes his dance background and athleticism helped him land the part of Barry Allen in The Flash. So, I mean, hey, if he ever gets tired of being the fastest man alive, he's still got tons of secret dance moves in his arsenal to choose from. Okay, up next is something that is all about you guys, the fans. So after hitting it big on Glee, Grant's fans rallied for him to play Finnick Odair in the Hunger Games. And even though he didn't ultimately end up playing Finnick in the long run, he did have this to say when all the buzz about his possible casting was getting started.
Random. It's actually really cool because I read that book, The Catching Fire, about a year ago, I guess, a little less than a year ago. And when I read it, I really loved that character and had a strong connection to that character. And said to my friend Kyle, that was on the West Side Story Tour with me, I was like, dude, I'm gonna play this part in the second movie.
How crazy is that? Like I said, the role ultimately did go to someone else, the awesome Sam Claflin. But I mean, hey, lucky for us, we're getting to see a lot more of him on the small screen as Flash than we ever would have as Finnick, so it looks like the odds are in our favor. Though Grant is quickly becoming one of television's hottest young stars, Broadway was his first love. In fact, when Grant landed the job on Glee, he was in the midst of a huge national tour of the Broadway musical West Side Story. He ended up leaving the Broadway revival of the tour to appear on Glee, and his on-screen career has been steamrolling ahead ever since. So if the success of the first season of The Flash is any indication, he is going to be in the world of tights and capes for some time, but he does still plan to return to Broadway eventually. So Grant may play the Flash on the small screen, like we've been talking about, but it turns out that the Flash is not his favorite superhero. Say what? So, of course, you're wondering which caped hero is his favorite. None other than the Man of Steel, Superman. Starting as a kid with the Christopher Reeves depiction, Grant has been enamored with the big blue Boy Scout ever since. He used to wear a Superman costume everywhere, and you guys wait for it. Apparently, he even had a babysitter that quit watching him rather than be seen with him wearing the costume in public. Even today, he's been spotted wearing a Superman hoodie over his costume in between takes while filming The Flash. And he even has a tattoo that reads, "Superman, I love him." It's in his mother's handwriting, which stems from her drawing Superman pictures for him to color when he was 5. And okay, can we please all just take a minute to say, "Aww," in unison? So moving on, guys, Grant may be seen pining over Iris West on The Flash, but what is his real world love life looking like? Well, friends, Grant has been apparently dating dancer Hannah Douglas for the last 4 years. She's gorgeous. And the pair shares a Glee past, with Hannah having been part of Glee, the live concert tour, and Glee 3D, the concert movie. The couple also share a superhero connection, as Hannah was one of the Ironette dancers in Iron Man 2. Though she's also appeared in films like Dance Flick and Footloose, her long-term career has been as one of Beyonce's dancers. I mean, wow! She's been with the dynamic diva since 2012, including her epic 2013 Super Bowl performance. She's freaking amazing, by the way, just throwing that out there. Wow. Okay, we have arrived at number 7. Now, we all know that Grant can belt out pop powerhouses from his Glee days, but what does this guy actually enjoy just listening to? Well, his favorite go-to artist for A Happy Place is Jason Mraz. He is also a big fan of singer-songwriter Eric Hutchinson, the melodic tones of Ben Folds, the incredible talent and versatility of Bruno Mars, the moves like Jagger of Maroon 5, and the British folk rockers Mumford & Sons. Now, a lot of these are not things that you would hear belted out on Glee, or maybe you would, or as the anthem of the fastest man alive, but hey, we are talking about Grant and it works for him. So friends, there you have it, 7 things you may or may not have known about the Flash star Grant Gustin. So is there anything that surprised you, or is there a fun Grant fact that maybe we missed? You guys know what's up, so hit the comment section to drop some major knowledge bombs. Or you can tweet us at Clever News, and then of course, click right on over here to find out 7 things even you might not have known about the Flash. I'm your girl Jocelyn Davis, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you soon.